You're watching PTV.
I'm not giving up till you yum it up today. It's wacky taste that's popping up all over.
Yum it up with bubble gum.
I love to yum it up in wacky fruit bubble gum. Yum it up. Bistro.
the San Francisco Bay Area. It's time for PTV Live. And now, here are the stars of PTV Live: Arnie, Doug, Ben, and Sherry.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to PTV Live. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Ben.
And Sherry? Nope, that's not Sherry.
No, Tom is
Ben.
riding shotgun tonight.
Okay, well, he's just not enthused with anything anyway, so
No.
yeah. Yeah, you know he's got that look.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Ben?
I'm doing okay. While I was running some errands today right before lunch for work, I saw a plumbing truck turn from one street to another in front of me with the horrible logo of someone climbing out of a toilet. So I don't get it. Why would you spend that much money on a logo and then have it be that?
No, their 14-year-old nephew that is, barely got into, knows Canva, went in there and thought, let's just make it a joke and make your business look like a joke that people remember. Logos are supposed to be memorable, but not gratuitous and stupid. But, go for it. If he wants to get, that kind of business and those type of clients, go for it. But yeah, but you remembered it.
You see, people agree with you, Ben.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Ugh,
That's
ugh.
just
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, everyone thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was a beautiful day here, just a little warm. We had the air on. But we'll be able to turn it off after the show because the cooler Delta breezes are going to be blowing in from San Francisco Bay, and it'll be very, very nice, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Ah,
I don't even have a fan on right now. It's beautiful right here.
oh, well, yeah, right on the bay, it's very, very nice and cool. Someone was chilling outside on the porch today. Yep. He's just hanging out at the villa. He wanted to see what the mowed lawn looked like, so it was all
Oh, did he?
yeah, it's all nice and clean and crisp and trimmed.
It's dying, but we, either need to just water it or do something. But we did some front yard work, but the lawn is looking very sickly.
Yeah, gotta love that ID there that Mark has on his little icon there. Can you close the door? I hear you.
Yeah, my washing machine.
The washing
Every
machine is
2
going right now.
Mondays I do laundry, so
Yeah,
it's going through the spin cycle.
Chatty does have the life of Riley. It's so easy for him, just so easy. Uh, you know, This week's Hallmark movie was based in Spain, and so I wanted to do something that was a little Spanish inspired for our cocktail. Let's get to that. Okay, we have something called a Martinez. Now, I've never heard this drink before, but I'll tell you this. When I saw it, I thought, you know what? I have sweet vermouth in the refrigerator. Let's do this. It seemed to be the perfect fit for a Spanish-inspired cocktail to dovetail with the movie that we're going to be reviewing on from Hallmark Channel. And I just want to remind you that the cocktail is sponsored by Let's Celebrate TV and Velveteen Lounge Kitchen. They do their shows weekly on their channels, and they always mix cocktails, so it's fun to mix a cocktail on our show as well. I'm going to go ahead and start by putting some ice in the mixing glass. So I'll just do that. Now this cocktail is gin based. And I don't do a lot of gin, but there are people that absolutely love gin. I know Kelly from the Velveteen Lounge Kitchen and Pete from Let's Celebrate TV, they love gin. So this is just a basic a basic London dry gin. So it calls for 1.5 ounces of that. So I'm going to put that in here.
That's
And-
quite a bit of gin.
Yeah.
You're not gonna probably taste it because it's mixed with fortified wine.
You know, isn't gin made out of juniper?
It's
It can be.
juniper berries, other herbs.
Yeah, herbs and all that kind of stuff. It's I
It's
don't know exactly what it is. It's a floral.
it's botanical forward.
Yeah,
So,
it's botanically.
yeah. So maybe Paul and Kelly can tell us
I
a little
don't
bit
know.
about
I'm
what gins are made of, and they can go ahead and just drop it there in the chat. She's already saying yummy, so why not? All right. Then we have this local wine for us. You know, a lot of people have heard of Gallo wine. Gallo is local to us. It's just right out here in the valley of California. We can get there probably in about an hour.
it's our it's Gallo. It's your table wine. It's your $2 chuck. It's your quick everyday.
It's more like a juggo wine.
Yeah, it's a juggo wine.
But this is 1.5 ounces of vermouth, sweet vermouth. And then I'm going to be putting in Luxardo maraschino liqueur. And this is just a teaspoon that goes in it. So, yeah, it's a small amount. But
Oh,
I'm gonna-
Sherry says Dad did some brickwork at Gallo.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that. Dad did brickwork all over Northern California. That is
Yeah,
a
for-
teaspoon of maraschino
for
liqueur.
For those of you who have seen some past episodes that I've posted that show our living room and our fireplace, or pictures that we've posted, you see the handiwork by our father.
Can you put this over there?
Yeah,
Why?
okay.
Because you
Yeah.
have a back over
So
there.
Mars asking $2 chuck. Could you explain that, Doug?
It's a Trader Joe's kind of thing. It's where Trader Joe's was selling just a very basic table wine, and it was by Charles Shaw. Charles Shaw is just one of your mass-produced, industrialized winemakers in the Central Valley, and Trader Joe's was selling it, and it was $1.99 a bottle, and it was actually winning awards through these wine vintners and people that are sommeliers. They were saying it's so good that it was competing wine that was $20-$30 a bottle, and Trader Joe's was selling it, and because it was called Charles, they called it $2 chuck, because Chuckles or Chuck is the nickname for Charles.
Yeah. All right. So I've chilled it. I also put in 2 dashes of orange bitters from
Oh, my washing machine is done.
Fee Brothers. Fee Brothers, like out in New York. And they were talking about that on Let's Celebrate TV the other day. Okay.
It looks
so
like
I've
something
stirred
made
this-
by Arnie. Those bitters look like they came from Lee and Perrins. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I've got it chilled, and I'm going to put it in my little coupe glass here. Just strain it in. And because it was in the refrigerator, the glass is semi-chilled, although you can't see the frost anymore. The glass is still cold. All right, so that is now drained. And let's go ahead and give this a sip. This is a Martinez, a Spanish-inspired cocktail.
I don't know why
includes vermouth.
it's Spanish when it has gin, when gin is English. So what's that thing floating in it? Is that a dust bunny?
No, it's
What's that?
I don't know.
What's that on the side?
No, it's just a little thing. I don't know.
See it?
Yeah, I see it.
Is the glass dirty?
No, the glass is
Oh.
not dirty, but it does look like a good drink.
There's a floater in it.
There's a floater here. I'll get rid of the
What
floater.
is it?
I don't know. Oh, it's ice.
Donna, those
it's
sound
a
like
sheer
No,
device.
it's a shard of ice. I'll leave it.
those sound like expensive cocktails, Donna.
It's not a floater,
Right.
it's ice.
I'll let you sip it like a girl.
Oh, that's really tasty.
Okay.
That is really good.
I take your word for it. You sure?
Yeah, give it a try. Just give it a sip. See what you think. Because I'll tell you,
It smells weird.
I'm not really a gin person, but man, this one is good. No, Paul, it is not ants floating in the glass. It was just a shard of ice.
It actually is delicious.
It's a
It's
delicious.
just
Yeah, and the thing
very
is,
light on the botanicals and
yeah, but you even catch the orange bitters in it. Siri, for some reason, is talking in the background.
oh no, you pissed it off. Everything's talking.
Yeah.
My phone in there.
Sorry, everyone. I should not have said that.
It's actually delicious.
All right, I have cocktail in hand. We could go
It's
ahead.
not as good with rum. I don't know why we can't have another rum drink.
We can. We'll do another rum drink next week. How's that? Will that be okay?
Yes, because Spaniards took rum.
Okay, we'll go ahead and go on with the Hallmark Channel movie review. For some reason, when I said what I said, the speaker started playing music in the other room. I honestly don't know why that happened, but
You have a very in tune ecosystem in your house.
it must be. But
It was playing White Christmas. That was awesome. That was awesome. I go in there with you, White Christmas. Like, what is the playing?
By the way, as long as we're doing that, I'll go ahead and play it again. I want to thank Margie for the super chat that started even before the show started with the countdown. Margie gave us a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Margie.
And you can support us on Coffee. You'll see a commercial how you can support us. It's like Patreon.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So you don't have to just do it here on the Google and give the Google people Google time.
See, Kelly's going to be doing a Martinez. I've inspired someone. That's awesome.
Very, very, very good.
And then next week we have to do the Rum Manhattan. Okay, we can do that. Because that was...
We already did that.
Not on the show.
But
no,
we did it on there.
No, we did it on their show, but not on our show. All right.
Delicious.
To Barcelona with Love. Erica, played by Alison Sweeney, is an American translator of books. She secretly revised a novel that was set in Barcelona. She happens to be living there in Barcelona. So everything's fine until the bookstore owner, Nico, invites the credited author, Anna, played by Ashley Williams, to Barcelona for a book signing. All right. Let's unpack that brief review they have there. Erica saw the original English translation of the book called Barcelona, My Love.
And she said this thing is crap.
Yeah, she thought this thing.
This thing is horrible. Like
she was the person that was going to translate in Spanish. She took it and she ran with it. She rewrote the book. And when Ashley Williams' character Anna saw the book discounted in bookstores in America at 90%, she was very distraught. Thought, what the heck? My last book sold fine. And this other person said to her, well, haven't you been to Barcelona? She says, well, no, all I did was Google everything and, Street View is there, right?
The street is the comfort of my own home.
She was writing about a city of which she knew nothing.
I know.
However, Erica, an American living there, knew everything about Barcelona. And so she made it a personal love story in the Spanish translation. And they couldn't keep that book on the shelves, which is why Nico, the bookstore owner, called the publisher and had Anna come to Barcelona to sign books. And it didn't go well.
No, and then there was a lot of people playing different worlds. It was so good. I mean, this is old-timey Hallmark. I loved every bit of it. They couldn't do no wrong. It was perfect.
This story felt like a throwback to 2012, 2014. It was such brilliant writing, sharp, snappy, funny. And yes, the riff off of Roxanne was so fun. That was a great setup.
What's Roxanne?
Roxanne is the Cyrano de Bergerac takeoff written by Steve Martin.
Oh, the Roxanne movie by Steve. I haven't seen that since the 80s.
It's hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was, oh my God. It was perfection.
Your thoughts, Ben?
Well, first of all, when you talked about Anna's book being 90% discounted, I imagine Sherry picking up a copy at the Dollar Tree to do a craft with.
Oh, she gave it a 9.5. Why the
Sher-
why not go full on 10? What's the half mark?
I don't know, but
There's
Sherry,
nothing.
I personally love this film. The
uh,
the the storyline
hold on.
between
No, hold on. You asked my opinion. I've been sitting here
I did,
quietly.
but you
I think
stopped.
I
You
deserve to
stopped. Your
talk.
sound is constantly going out. We don't know that you're finished.
Go ahead, Ben.
Look for my mouth then. Okay. Uh, the movie was really, really well paced. The characters are really enjoyable. I don't recall ever seeing Allison and Ashley ever being in a film together, but their chemistry was great. And you can tell that just by being able to play off of each other, that they most likely are good friends outside of the whole ecosystem of acting and all. Just, it was good to watch a well written movie with really good acting, really good directing, and really good scenery all put into one. I'm a big believer that destination films are usually paid attention to a little bit more, and they did their job on this one. It was a great movie. I can't score it higher than 10, otherwise, I would. It was a really good watch.
Yeah, and you know what?
Love the last line. Cheese and on, baby. You can
Yeah,
help
the
me.
last line. Maybe you can help me with one last translation.
I mean, she just the
Yeah,
whole
that
eating
was great.
food, and she's really good. It was they took each one of their personalities
Yeah.
and they used their natural personalities of who they are in real
So
life.
Anna's character wrote this novel without any knowledge of Barcelona, but when she got there, she dove right into the food scene because she's a food blogger. And that's where she really
Shined.
shines. She's wonderful with writing anything about food. And
Yeah.
she was reviewing restaurants and tagging them in her blog.
It was
But
so
not
good.
necessarily, no, not necessarily as herself. She was doing it anonymously until Erica found it on Anna's laptop. And
Right.
then Erica read her blog and found out that, wow, she's really talented. She knows how to review food. She should be doing this more than being an author because she's better at it.
Yeah. Now the chemistry between them unparalleled. I've not seen that between two actresses. Even between Ashley and her sister Kim, I thought that these two actresses had even better chemistry. And they were sisters in those other two films that we saw, the sister swap films.
I liked it that there was no side story. There was nothing. I mean,
No.
there was a little bit of characters, but they helped augment the main story. There was no main side. There was no other main side story.
Now we did a
It,
watch party of this film, and we were commenting about all sorts of things. Ben, did you want to say anything about the ham?
there was this scene early on in the film where Ashley Williams' character is gifted a ham and she's carrying it around for like 10 minutes. I'm thinking, how can anyone carry a ham for that long?
Oh.
It wasn't just a ham, it was a ham. That thing, you had to sling it
Yeah,
over
it
your
was
shoulder.
huge.
It was huge.
Yeah.
Was this a Serrano ham?
I don't know, but it reminded me of the latest review of Frasier came back as a new version just the past couple of years, and there was a scene where he bought a ham,
That was the ham.
that fancy ham that's supposed to be very decadent and very fancy and very over the top.
That was the ham.
Yeah, so it reminded me of the new Frasier because Frasier got rebooted, and it's on Paramount Plus, and it's perfection.
But that was the ham.
Reminded me of that ham.
Anyway, the
Okay, so you're watching the new Frasier.
we watched it too. Now the thing is that because we were doing a watch party, we were commenting more than just on the film itself. We were even going down into costumes they were, the costumes they wore, the shoes.
Yeah, I mean they were pretty insane. I mean the clothes, the everything was spot on. The story, destination, Hallmark, you are not failing us.
Yeah. So the beautiful
Yeah.
thing about this film is that it's 2 parts.
Yes.
This was just part 1. The second part is this Saturday, and I cannot wait to see what they do with it.
This is To Barcelona with Love. The other one is Barcelona Forever.
Yes.
Or Forever Barcelona.
So
we don't know what is going to happen.
We will be reviewing that one, but we will not be doing a watch party. This one was wonderful on its own. I mean, if we had the time to do a watch party, I would, but unfortunately, we're already committed that day, so we cannot do the watch party. Otherwise, I'd say let's do it.
Yeah. You guys don't want to see us 2 weeks. It's just too much work. I can't sit here. My buttocks just hurts.
Yeah, exactly.
My coccyx. Is it coccyx?
Coccyx.
Yeah, coccyx is not.
Yeah.
I already am on 2 pillows. My back.
All right. Well, that's enough of this review. Ben, what did you score it?
10. I couldn't score it any higher than that. It's a 10.
I gave it a 10 as well.
10 plus.
Yeah. So yeah, we highly, highly recommend To Barcelona with Love. And oh my goodness, right there.
Stephen,
hi Neville. Neville lives in France, very close to Barcelona. I'm sure he could probably drive there. I'm jealous right now because the food that I saw on that.
This is the second Spaniard. There must be a lot of Spanish movies Hallmark likes because we did The Trail, which was perfect too.
Yeah, it was
where
good.
they walked the trail.
And then Paul Eichenlaub saw the movie with us on Saturday night, and he scored a 10 Ben Burritos, which is double his high score. He thought it was the best movie so far of this year.
And last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to say
last year, last 2024's films was pretty much a dumpster fire.
So, yeah.
For the most part.
My Martinez.
They've really upped their game this year.
My Martinez To Barcelona with Love. Oh my goodness. Definitely catch this movie if you can. It's available on Hallmark Plus right now, so go check it out.
So we know enough superlatives. We could go on and on and on.
All right.
We're done. We're done talking about Barcelona. I know you guys like the Olympics of Barcelona too. You guys can't say enough of that.
Oh yeah, it was all about that Archer.
Yeah, the Archer opening day.
So. Oh.
Okay. Thank you, Barcelona.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, this was definitely old school Hallmark. Definitely.
Oh, and Neville's only 7 hours away from Barcelona. It's like us driving to San Diego.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break here. We've got some little cleanup to do, but we'll be right back. You're watching PTV Live.
From the heart of Orlando to wherever life takes you, 407 Original Brand Apparel is more than just a casual line of clothing. It's the spirit of Orlando stitched into every thread. Tees, hoodies, and gear built for every adventure, every day. Gear up and carry the 407 wherever you go. Only at theorlandoguy.com.
You're watching PTV.
Quick, where's my one step?
What? What's happening?
Nothing, this party's dead.
I hear laughing.
They're laughing at the hors d'oeuvres.
Oh.
I got it.
And I worked so hard.
Smile, everybody.
Why, is the party over?
No, it just started.
Hey, everybody looks happy.
I thought cameras didn't lie.
Polaroid One Step brings a dead party to life in seconds.
More hors d'oeuvres, everybody.
They're funnier than the pictures.
Out. Everybody out. Polaroid means fun.
With a One Step.
I still have some birthday cheese left over, my Affinois. So yes, we have. Where's the cracker?
Here, man, it's fine.
We have the artisanal cheese here,
I'll tell you about it later when we're doing the test.
and we also have, like Doug said, the Affinois. He peeled the rind and put it there.
I don't like crunchy cheese.
He wants to have.
Well, okay, Arnie and Doug are a little bit more
Foo-foo.
they're foo-foo over us.
Yeah, we're all kinds of.
We have cheddar and a peach wine.
Yeah, you have
That,
fruit
so
wine.
that really is a peach wine.
This is a peach wine.
You want to be super
did
white trash? You should have
Okay.
a can of wine, a
Did
can
it-
of cheese.
Okay, it's a peach wine. Did it go through the peachification process?
You have to ask Barefoot Winery that in Modesto. I have no idea.
Well,
I'm gonna
The
try
thing
it.
is, the fruit wine and
That was,
can of cheese. That would be
that-
really.
we'll send a letter to Johnny Rose.
Yeah, that quote was that quote was a little nod to the show, as they call it on the radio, Schmidt's Creek.
Super trashy if you drink fruit wine and
So-
canned cheese.
Triscuits, and let me have a little Affinois.
I like that. You may not, but I do.
That's fine.
I like it a
Sher-
lot.
Sherry likes her sweet, fruity wines.
I do.
And I'm more of like a Pinot Noir guy.
Yeah.
So I've got
Oh my
this,
gosh!
and
Yeah,
I've
these
got
are really good.
Of,
With
watermelon.
cheese in the morning, cheese in the afternoon, cheese in the dinner, you're not going to be able to poop for 2 days.
Yeah, of course it goes there.
Get all plugged up. Oh, that cheese is really good. We ended up finding it, so I don't have to go travel far to get the cheese.
Yeah, because we got it in Napa that one time,
Yeah.
but we found it locally. So,
The best cheese is where there is wine.
so
Napa. Or Sonoma.
occasionally we will do something that we found at Trader Joe's. This week is no exception. We found something new.
What's new at Trader Joe's?
So, it's not the root beer pieces. It's not any potato chip. It's actually something interesting. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use the cocktail cam that we had before because it just works out that way to have this on camera. It is a hard top chocolate shell topping. Now, we've always had magic shell.
Yeah, the really trashy magic shell, or if you go to Dairy Queen, or where's the other place? It's Dairy Queen, and there's
other places that will do like
Frosty Freeze
yeah.
or Frosters, or where you dip the cone.
Foster's Freeze.
Yeah, where you dip the cone in the hard shell, and I also call it the cozy cone, because there's in California Adventure they do make soft serve and they dip it.
But this is great
Because
because
Trader Joe's came out with this stuff.
we decided to go one step further with it. Instead of just ice cream, we decided to make this an affogato. Now that we have the ability to make espresso here at home, we thought, let's go ahead and do that. So I went ahead and pre-made some espresso, and I'm pouring it over the ice cream.
And you slopped, of course you did.
Of course I did. But then we're also going to put a little bit of this chocolate sauce
It looks like brown gravy.
on the ice cream.
Yeah, I would have to only say that my problem is the squirty bottle sucks. It really, the delivery, the
Just poor-
vessel, the squirt.
Poor design.
Yeah,
Poor design.
it's not. I wish they gave a better vessel.
Yeah. But here, let me
It
just
hasn't
do-
hardened up yet.
Yeah, it is. The shell's there.
I have to no, it isn't. It's not hardened
It's
up.
It's starting to harden up. You can see,
It really does harden up, like really crunchy.
yeah, right there. It's hard. It's a nice shell of chocolate. So here, Doug, go ahead and let me present camera. Take it. Here's a napkin so that in case you spill any coffee.
That's a lot of coffee.
It is a lot of coffee, but it is 2 ounces of espresso.
Oh, it's so good.
So you like the chocolate shell?
Well, I haven't had this shell because it's not hard enough.
All right.
It's very cool.
I don't know, looking at the espresso in there makes the whole you're carrying a dish of a root beer float.
Yeah, it does give the essence of a look of a root beer float. If you look at it closely. It does.
There's a lot of chocolate.
Let me go ahead and give that a try.
It's so good. Our coffee that we use
Oh wow.
was very high end, but it's not real dark.
No, it's a balanced bean. We use blue bottle coffee in our coffee maker.
Yeah. Or Gura.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, this chocolate shell is this is delicious.
So good.
If you want to relive your childhood with that magic shell stuff, definitely
It's really, really good.
run to Trader Joe's and
It really does work.
check out the hard top chocolate shell topping.
The first ingredient to make it, because it's natural, is coconut oil.
But man,
because coconut oil makes that
Okay.
effect. It's not healthy.
How
By far, it's not healthy.
how does it compare to the actual magic shell?
I don't remember magic shell itself, but I know that this one is delicious. You get a good dark chocolate consistency,
Yeah,
flavor.
it's really, the ingredients are spectacular. It's very, very, very unhealthy.
Yeah, definitely.
Very unhealthy.
Oh, yeah.
But the magic shell, I never worked. I don't think it did. I thought it was stupid.
But the vanilla ice cream with the espresso, oh, fantastic. Absolutely love that.
And the ice cream we have is the vanilla ice cream from TJ's.
Yeah, we also got vanilla ice cream from Trader Joe's. We love the French vanilla from there. So, yeah, definitely. Richard had rice pudding with bananas and deluxe mixed nuts for dessert. That sounds good too. All right, everyone. Let's check out, well, you know, Hallmark is doing their premiere next month. So let's check out what ornament we're featuring this week. I can't get enough of this thing. Ben,
I know. Oh,
why don't you talk a little bit about this one?
Okay, this is Cozy Little Critters, and I do say Lil like Lillian because apparently it's really cute to shorten the word little into Lil, which drives me nuts, but hey,
very
who am
ghetto.
I? This is a miniature of the bigger Cozy Critters series that Hallmark had introduced 2 years prior. So this year's edition of Cozy Critters is the 9th. This is the 7th in the series of the miniatures, and they mimic the original design of the one from the 7th year of Cozy Critters. So they have the big and small version of each.
Yeah. I think
I've collected them all.
I think it's a very cute one.
Yeah, it is really cute.
Hello, Christy.
We have them in
she
the
is our Hallmark keepsake savant. She is
So they're here.
Works in Virginia for Hallmark, and she says they won't let her play with them yet. But they're
finally out of.
Yeah, we're only 4 weeks premiere, so they're coming.
They're coming. They're coming soon. This
They're
4 weeks. We'll be able to go 4 weeks from Friday on July 11th.
Yep, we have our funny money already saved. We already know exactly what we're doing.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, Jim.
So yeah,
I gotta get rid of this.
Okay, so. Doug is gonna go take that to the. All right, Ben.
Yeah.
Why don't you share with us what you got this week? Oh, let's try that again.
Try that again.
Okay.
First, I want to say hi to Jim. Hi, Jim.
Oh.
Can we get some more sunshine, please?
There's Jim. All right.
Jim's show, More Sunshine Please, is on every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And if you just want a fun hang, tune in. He's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
This is what I ordered. This is just a checklist. And while it may seem like just a checklist to some people, this actually helps keep me organized at work. I get a lot of projects thrown my way, and each line has its own little box already formatted. You can prioritize which ones you need to finish a little sooner or whatever. But I got 4 of these pads. I've had 4 previous ones that it's taken me a couple years to go through, but I got these on Amazon and I highly recommend them. They do help keep me organized.
There's something about the tactile feel of paper,
Yeah.
and the physical great feeling you get by crossing something off, physically crossing it off the list.
There's some things I will never
Yes.
put on electronic or I'll never do on my phone. Just never. And that's lists, making a grocery list. I won't walk around my phone and have it and see what I need to do. Never. I'm always very paper. There's so much paper stuff. I kill trees. I love killing trees.
Just get a trapper keeper, Ben.
Yes. I want a trapper keeper. There's a guy I follow who collects trapper keepers.
That's awesome.
And I wish I had my red one back when I was in 6th grade.
Well, Doug and I didn't get anything delivered to the house. However, we did find a wonderful find at an estate sale on Friday. I had half a day off of work, so Doug picked me up after his meeting.
Yep, I had my business meeting, and there was 4 I wanted to go to, but we decided on this one because it was the closest to what we were doing. And even though we didn't know what kind of crap they were going to have, and it was in an okay neighborhood, but it was in the town. But I said, you never know what you're going to find. Well, oh my God, did we find stuff.
Ben, Courtney has a question for you. She wants to know if those pads come in other colors.
You have to look through Amazon for different colors. I did use one that had like pinks and greens on it, but it was a little more expensive this time, so I chose. So I went with the one that I have based purely on price, but they do have options.
Okay, great. All right, I'm going to present our camera so Doug can show our finds.
Are we done? So we walked around, very small house, doesn't look promising. And then we went into this little, from the kitchen, there was like, I think this little side room that had the laundry room.
It was the laundry room.
There was a cabinet, and we found, did we put them in here? We found Tupperware. Vintage Tupperware.
Yeah.
We found the lid. We got the big mixable. It's not that, it needs to be scrubbed, but we got the big mixing bowl. Not that we need more.
And we
found
Jello mold. A Jello mold. So 2 of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we've got the lids.
The lids, because we were not going to buy them. We got the lids. So they
and with this
they didn't smell.
And with
that was a good promising.
With 2025 being the year of Tupperware, or the year of Jello,
just needs to be cleaned.
Yeah,
but and then we went on the side.
Yeah, it was awesome to find Tupperware. This is hard to find, and the thing is, we got everything for this $15.
All of this crap,
all
$15. So there was a tea light holder of Christmas from Kirkland. It has you put So this goes in the bathroom. It's a little snowman. You put a tea light in the back. So she gave us this. 3 pieces of Tupperware, that. And we like shrink wrapping everything. And we got a Mungo pack of brand new vacuum sealing bags. Because we vacuum sealing everything. And I'm like, it was open and they took one thing. So, brand new. Still has the rolls. So we vacuum seal all of our crap. So we have baggies. So she looked at us and she goes, oh, $15 for all of it sold. This alone is like almost like $20.
So we were thrilled to get the Tupperware in that for just $15 because that stuff is very collectible now.
Yeah, Tupperware, and it wasn't, for one thing, you don't want it scratched that much. But
yeah, depending on the Costco. Depending on the Costco in your area, you can find some one-offs of selling out Tupperware.
Yeah.
So
they
have pictures and matching cups.
Yeah. And the wonderful thing the wonderful thing that we saw too about the Tupperware is that it was not that filthy. It wasn't clean.
And there was no
Sherry,
smells or no
Sherry,
stains.
no, it does not smell like cats.
No, well, there was no cats there.
No, there were no cats.
I mean, the house needs to be burned to the ground, but that's a different story. It was really gross.
By the way, Megan and the kids are watching, and Megan said that she was at the farmer's market last week that had a vintage Tupperware stall. So you can find Tupperware and people selling it.
Yeah, and yeah, that's right. The Tupperware pitcher and cup set is for $30.
We have
There
a
you
small
go.
one, another one. It's like, yeah, we don't need lifetime supply of pitchers.
All right, let's go ahead.
We got all we got, so I haven't been to an estate sale in days.
Yeah.
But hey, it was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. All right, we have one more tasting to do before we move on. Let's try that. All right, Ben, why don't you go ahead and show the picture, show the package? Okay.
We are trying the golden Oreo cakesters. We found these at the Frugal Hoosier a couple of weeks ago. And actually, it's been a little bit longer than that because I think we've been holding on to these for quite a while. I wasn't that concerned about the calorie count on these when I first started, but my gosh, do you know what these are?
The calorie count?
Well, you don't worry. Okay, Ben, you do not worry about calories or what's in them. If you're worrying about what you're doing, you wouldn't buy these. So
Yeah,
nobody
that's true.
cares. Nobody cares
That's
what
true.
the calories are. You're gonna eat
Yeah,
them.
well, yeah, but the deal is this package of 2 has 270 calories by itself.
And look at that.
That's
A pack of
quite a
3,
bit.
400.
Yeah.
But again, you don't care about calories if you're gonna eat these.
No.
So let me grab one.
Well, yeah, you gotta open it up.
There you go.
Oh God.
You want a napkin?
Yes, because I'm gonna spit this out.
He already knows he's gonna spit it out.
I'm not gonna like it.
All right. I'm all in. Shall we try it? Let's give it a try.
I mean, it
Well,
looks.
they are. Yeah, they are small. They have a
They're
lot of cream
stabilized.
in them.
They're very, very stabilized. But how are they gonna taste?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not that big of a fan.
I'm not a fan.
Doug, you sounded like a cat barfing up a hair ball.
Oh, I love gagging cat videos, but this was gross.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like Oreos as a general rule, and many different varieties of Oreos I will eat, but this for me is a
Yeah, this is a hard pass.
It is.
This is a hard pass.
Oh,
Mark, you're not wrong. They do taste like wax.
Yeah, you do. You get that wax feeling.
And they leave a terrible coat in your mouth as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a cocktail.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I need that. I need alcohol to put out the fire or the burn.
It burns away that flavor.
It's Noah. They aren't Twinkies at all. There's a flavor to Twinkies, and these are not Twinkies. The flavor definitely mimics the golden Oreo. So if you want a sample of a golden Oreo, go get some thin Goldens, and you'll get the same thing.
Yeah,
they are so gross. They're very metallic. It's almost like iodine and sweet.
Look at this
really
one.
gross.
That's his timer counted down. It was on point for Doug to spit it out.
Oh, it was gross. It was nasty. I mean, it's like really bad iodine and sweet.
Yeah, it's
bye.
Definitely not. Yeah, these are definitely Ben.
Throw them out. Throw them out.
Fortunately, these are being cleared out at the Frugal Hoosier. I think they were like $2 for the whole box or something that. It was something very inexpensive.
Yeah. It was one of those things they throw out the front door.
I wouldn't necessarily call them castor oil, but they aren't delicious like they should be. They look a lot more appetizing on the packaging than they actually are.
Oh, they look amazing.
Save yourself some heartbreak
All right,
in the sugar
Noah.
realm.
Noah,
just
you're on your own on this one. You do this on your
Yep.
own. We do not recommend them.
Yeah.
They don't even have the sad thing about it. You know when you take a baked good, it has that smell of cake and you can smell it. This had no smell.
Well, you know
I
what?
get the burps.
You've got something about. We have a cake to share with you. Just a second. Let's show you what's happened recently. All right.
Now this is baking.
This is baking. This is a cherry almond crumb cake. All the ingredients are there. We did.
Those are fresh picked cherries.
Fresh picked cherries. And then, of course, I start by measuring out ingredients. So it was 120 grams of all-purpose flour that I put in there, followed by 50 grams of granulated sugar. Then you start adding more sugar, just 30 grams of light brown. Now, this is just the topping of the crumb cake. So you got to mix this up. And you got to
I let him unsupervised when he made this.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a wheat flour.
Yeah, it does. But then you put in 6 tablespoons of salted butter, melted, add that in. Then you throw in a cup of toasted and sliced almonds. It's best mixed by hand. You get the right consistency for it. So you see that right there. Then you take it, set it aside, put a towel over it so it doesn't dry out. Then you start on the cake part. This is 150 grams of granulated sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of almond extract, although you might want to bump it up.
Bump it up.
to
Depends on
one.
the type of your.
This time it's unsalted butter in the batter. 6 tablespoons. Mix this up, just so you get a nice little creamy consistency there.
Creamy.
Yeah. Then you add 2 large eggs. And you whip them one at a time into the batter. You want to make sure it's incorporated. So you see the batter has already turned yellow because of the yolk.
Yeah.
It really turned yellow. And it got very smooth. Then you start adding the other fats. 3rd cup of plain Greek yogurt I put in there. Then just mix it up. And then you start adding the dry. 190 grams of all-purpose flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. It ends up being some of the shaggy batter there until you add the milk. It's 1/3 of a cup of milk. Then you mix that up. You get it mixed up just right. Then you pour it into a prepared pan. Now, Doug prepares it by spraying it with a non-cooking spray and then putting parchment paper down, which he holds in place with binder clips. The binder clips,
metal.
Perfect. They won't react with the pan at all. They're metal.
Think of this as almost like a pound cake, but it's just it's so amazing. It's
Use
very
the
flavorful.
offset spatula to spread it into place. Then you put on your prepared cherries that include flour, sugar, and we also used a tablespoon of cherry liqueur in this mix. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Not very much.
That is definitely cherry-rific.
Oh, it's very cherry-rific. We done this with blackberries,
and that's
raspberries. We haven't done peach yet.
That's the crumble top. Then you throw that into the oven. Well,
we gingerly placed
it. He placed it.
Our filthy oven.
350 degrees for, what was it, 25, 30 minutes?
Very embarrassing, filthy oven.
Take it out.
Clear.
And then you just let it cool. Once it's cooled, you flip it out of the pan. Doug does it very carefully. He does a great trick. He puts it on a cutting board, flips it over.
I've done this so many times.
Yeah, and then it removes it from the pan. And of course, you got to peel off the parchment paper as well.
And it's not burnt.
It's not burnt. Look how perfectly golden brown it is.
There's one thing I hate more than anything is burnt baked goods.
So we did that.
Overcooked baked goods.
Then we put it on our cake holder, turned it the other side so it was up, right side up. And there it is. A cherry almond crumb.
It is.
It looks like a tart.
It's fantastic.
I had to control myself. And I don't really eat and like a lot of what we eat. I will eat like maybe a serving, a little bite or two, and then I have to get rid of it. I had to have control because I can hork the whole thing down. And we put vanilla ice cream on it. It's just, I love this cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked delicious.
Yeah, definitely, Mark. I'll tell you, Mark, this is a fantastic cake. It's just, and yeah, Kelly, it is so good. That one is
like a pound cake. Yeah.
We made it last week. I took it into my office. They horked it down. They loved it.
Yeah, because it just doesn't last.
All right.
It just
So Ben,
Yeah.
you've got a journey.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I started paying attention to what I was doing on March 22nd or so. This was the day that I recorded the episode where I sampled all the things from McDonald's and for breakfast. And then I started to track my calories and my weight and all that. So week after week, you can see the effects of me uh, paying attention to what I'm doing as far as eating calories. And yeah, this
well, I hope you're eating calories.
well,
Counting those calories.
it's counting the calories, and you can definitely tell that there is a difference from the time I started to today.
Yeah. So there you go.
Horked it down. Watch the Pixar Ratatouille movie.
Yeah, this
That's what horked it
this
down.
and then this was done this past Saturday.
And there's a screen capture of the video from Ben on March 22nd.
Did you stretch that?
No.
No,
Because it looks like you
that is not
stretched your...
That is not
no,
stretched.
that is not stretched. That is
actual
an actual
size.
screen capture of video.
And there was Ben.
Why don't you have a waddle like I do?
I don't know.
I have a waddle.
Maybe you've got turkey in your family?
I guess.
Okay. Now, I had to show this one. There was an infestation, not here at the villa or in Oakland, but our niece Megan has been doing her best to grow vegetables in their backyard. They ended up with this in their backyard. Those little green things, those are tiny grasshoppers.
Diatomaceous earth.
Yes, we need some.
Diatomaceous earth.
Yeah, definitely need that.
Yeah, I'll kill all those little bastards.
That's a lot of grasshoppers.
That's a lot of grasshoppers. It is. That's what I thought.
Kill them because they're
Did
going to
someone
get
lay
infested.
eggs in their planter and then they just kind of manifested there?
I think so. But this was us cleaning up Keith. What did you put, Doug? Keith.
Oh, Keith is shedding his DNA everywhere. Yeah. I'm making a huge ass mess. Love the tree, but he annually goes through this shedding process.
Yeah.
Annoying as hell because it makes a huge mess. But the little volleyballs.
I raked it up and pulled it off the lawn as much as I could, and there it is. That's all there. It's going to be right into the garbage can. And then here is the driveway after the fact. Finally, using our blower a lot. That was a lot of work. So
wow. We cleaned up his mess. The front looks clean. We're trying to bring back our lawn because it's kind of slightly dead.
And now, that's it. We are having Dove Watch 2025. You know,
I'm just not big on nature. We have these
Sparks Right Tree hairballs.
No, it's this DNA. We have these two mourning dove couples that want to take residence in our backyard.
Yeah, they're sitting there on the brick retaining wall, right there.
Yes, and we're not happy.
And you can see all the droppings that they have there.
It's the poop I have a problem with.
Why are they doing that?
We don't know.
I don't know. And you can get close up to them; they don't fly away.
No. That was me getting close to them. They
flew away. But then shoot them away.
Once they're gone, you can see they're definitely leaving themselves there. It's a huge mess, and then they sit in it.
Yeah, filthy, disgusting animals. So. We gotta figure this out. So there's like
mourning doves are related to pigeons, so
and
that
they're sitting on the furniture again.
And if they're just pooping on everything.
So
and
I went outside.
Not happy.
No, I went outside and they flew away. But then this time when they flew away, they did not come back. So you can see they'll just fly.
If they poop on my Traeger, that's it. So I was told to get some of these plastic owls that have like a bobblehead. and these really big shiny eyes. I think I might buy those because if you put prey around, it kind of does, and also very realistic plastic snakes. But yeah,
Well, shouldn't you just get a cat?
No, because the cats are back there too.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect them.
No, we have a white and a white speckled silver cat, a orangey white cat. It's a tuxedo cat, but it's orange instead of black, but white. And this cat just is doing its thing. We have a menagerie in our backyard.
Thank you, Mark. And to Donna, yes, we need a deterrent. So what we're going to be doing,
I gotta do something.
We're looking into possibly getting one of those ultrasonic sound things that really bothers them.
It just pisses off wildlife naturally.
But yes, the Mickey head is okay. They have not done their business on the grass.
We just have weeds and they're growing all over. We're trying.
Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
Not a bad
Spray the brick
idea.
with ammonia and sprinkle cayenne pepper around. We could try that first.
Oh,
Jim said to show the doves where the grasshoppers live.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm just not Trailblazer Huey. I am not nature.
That's a very good idea, Jim.
I'm not a nature person.
I agree with that. That's a very good answer, too.
What? Show the doves where the grasshoppers live. I don't know what that means.
The grasshoppers at Megan's house.
Megan's grasshoppers.
Oh, go fly to her house and she deals with them? That's fine by me.
Yeah.
Megan, they're your problems.
A pellet gun.
Yeah. No, we're going to try to be nice.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that way. And I should be nice.
Yeah.
I know they're outside and I'm an indoorsy person and they're outdoorsy, but still I considered my backyard our sanctuary outdoors.
Yeah.
So please just go away.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want you here.
We're going to take another quick break, but we'll be right back where we're going to show you how to cook pulled pork or how to smoke pulled pork. You're watching PTV Live.
You're gonna make it after all.
Life is a pulled pork sandwich. Keep it delicious. Season it with the natural spices of McCormick's Slow Cooker's pulled pork mix with no artificial flavors or MSG. And sink your teeth right in. McCormick, endless varieties of real food made easy.
Have you ever thought of being part of PTV? Well, now you can be a patron of PTV Live. Go to coffee.com/peppertreevilla and click on memberships. Monthly memberships give you perks for being a patron. And those memberships start at just $2 a month. Go to coffee.com/peppertreevilla or click on the link in the description of this episode and become a patron of PTV Live today. Doug's asking if I took a picture of something we ate, and yeah, I did.
It was very spiritual.
Yeah, okay.
Our food last night was.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started with it. Yeah, you can become a patron today. Just go to coffee.com/peppertreevilla. Follow that link that Donna just dropped. You can become a producer of PTV Live.
Okay, you get little perks
let's
too.
Let's get going with it.
You get our love.
All right. So, Doug, you've done a lot with pulled pork.
Well,
in this case,
it's my first successful, I feel, of smoking, where we normally, we have to get it, and I wanted to try it. So, You're working on it.
Yeah.
Smoking meat, not tobacco.
Right.
No, smoking. Yeah, smoking meat. So I bought 2 butts. They were big. And Arnie's doing a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, let me just...
Okay. God bless the Smith pork conglomerate. I use Meat Church because they're just like excellente.
Yeah. And that's what the pork
I
looks
rubbed
like
my
now.
butt full of rub. And the trigger got turned on. And I did they have a super smoke. This one has what's called a super smoke. And I smoked my butt for 3 hours.
Both butts.
Both butts. And I put a probe in my butt. And to make sure it will work, everybody needs a meter probe. If you don't, see, there it is. Oh, now I'm tying my butt.
Yeah. The thing is, the bone was cut out, so we wanted to be we wanted time to get.
I want them to so they just don't ooze all over. So I needed to have a compact butt. So he towed it. This was about 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
No,
about nine in the morning. You got everything ready to smoke all day.
And I super smoked it and super smoked it and super smoked it. And I spritzed them with Cheerwine, with its cherry soda. And I let that go. There's the probe. I gotta move the grate. And then there's the Cheerwine. Yeah. You really can't taste the cherry too much.
No.
Really, you couldn't. It was like...
I wanted more cherry there.
But there is a rub that Traeger makes that has cherry. And so I took my butts out and put them in a pan. Because that's what they are. And then... Oh, God, they were so...
Now, that was just after the super smoke. They have not even gone through the whole smoking process. Doug then reset it, set the temperature to 350, I think it was.
Yeah, I cranked it up.
So, yeah.
Wow, that is some heavy-duty heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was Paula Deen all the way. Everything had butter. And so...
Oh, my gosh.
So we lubricated it. And then I put the Cheerwine. Yes, I have great looking butts. And it just braised for 6 hours, 4 hours. First time I've ever tried this, I didn't know if this was going to be a train wreck. Oh, more bells and potions.
Yeah, honey hog barbecue this time.
Yeah.
So you just went ahead and just put it on.
This is to make it more sweet.
Some great seasoning from Meat Church.
And yeah, how many people did come to dinner?
No one. Nobody.
No one came to dinner.
I just did this. We shrink wrapped 8 pounds of leftovers.
Yeah.
So heave-hoed them, said bye-bye, and see? And then let it rip. And they got very juicy. Juicy butts.
So rather than...
I'm like, oh, I made a huge mess.
So we pulled out a couple trays, got those pork butts on the trays.
Gosh.
Yeah. It's a lot of Cheerwine and
look how pretty.
They're so pretty.
Oh my, it's falling apart.
I was falling off. Well, I didn't have the bone, but I was falling off. But I'm like, I have the Doom gloves.
Yes, the Judge Doom gloves.
Mark is right. You got to get the internal temperature to 220 so that the connective tissue separates.
205, actually.
Yeah. And this time we got to 205, and it just started to fall apart.
It was on the smoker for almost 12 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Traeger is really getting a workout. Very nice. So there's the pork butt shredded.
I've always had ribs down.
So now we have...
I just wanted to cut up bigger chunks to make it more...
Shredded pulled pork.
Okay, so, I haven't had dinner yet, and this is looking really good.
Yeah, so we did some tacos. Some quick street tacos. And then we also did pulled pork sandwiches. And notice that is a pretzel bun from Trader Joe's.
I made a little slaw, and I tossed some up in Chili Willy barbecue sauce. If you want some, please call me or go to the website. and we had pulled pork sandwiches the other night. So I'm trying to find 101 ways how to eat pulled pork.
Chrissy just said her hubby's moving to our house.
Flight away, go to Oakland Airport. We'll pick you up.
And Joe is saying, make your own rub.
We can.
Doug's rub.
I have one that's called Doug's rub.
Yeah.
But I kind of like these. I mean,
but man, that was a delightful, delicious treat.
Like I said, I'm trying to think 101 ways to eat pulled pork.
So we just did the pulled pork sandwiches yesterday. Tonight we're having pulled pork pizza. For dinner.
We're going to do nachos. Loaded tots.
Some loaded tots. And
we've
then
got quesadillas.
Next week or the week after, we're also going to be doing some pulled pork enchiladas.
Yeah. And then mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my suggestion would be to do like just regular bowls, like carnitas bowls.
We've done that already.
Protein bowls. I actually did that.
We did it with quinoa.
We did it with a bed of quinoa.
Oh gosh, yeah. We put quinoa, loaded it up with veggies, and then we put the pulled pork on it, sprinkled just a little drizzle of barbecue sauce.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
Yeah, you know what? I'm thrilled because we're going to be eating pulled pork for a few weeks now.
I literally, and we had to freeze shrink wrap.
We got those at Costco, both butts shrink wrap together, $50, and it gives us, I don't know how many meals.
Probably 30, 40, 50 meals.
Cheap protein. Sure, the initial cost of $50, but man, we're going to be using that for weeks now.
Because I can peel off the chunks of fat, because I didn't trim anything. I peeled off all the fat after it cooled.
Mark, that's a good idea, except not jalapeno. We would do it with our apricot. Apricot habanero jam is what we know.
No, you can have that. That's not going to happen.
That stuff is good. But yeah.
That would...
Loaded tachos, loaded baked potatoes with carnitas.
Yeah, it's late.
By our French person.
It's 3 o'clock.
By French person.
So,
there's tachos, there's nachos, there's loaded mac and cheese, a loaded baked potato, quesadillas. I mean,
they just have endless options with pulled pork.
Yeah,
about our neighbors. Oh, I'm sure they probably were wafting it.
I'm sure it was.
So it's fun.
Yeah, and definitely we're going to be making some mac and cheese for that. So, yeah.
Barbecue cornbread and turnip greens. I've never had turnip greens.
We're going to have to do that. Ken, we'll talk.
Have to think about
we will talk, Ken. Anyway, was our experience with pork butt.
We've been, the whole food thing has been like...
But that's how we smoked our pork butt.
Yep. I think I got it down. It takes, it takes a long time.
We're also good. Pretty soon we'll be doing tri-tip.
Hopefully I get that down.
And brisket.
So that's really hard.
Oh.
We also,
really
something
hard.
else we want to do is we want to make our own sausage and start smoking that as well. So
yeah,
it's going to be a lot of fun.
But I like buying my sausage from Cuisine.
Yeah.
We need to put in a sausage order.
Yeah, we do. Well,
we love playing house and smoking and burning and,
Yeah, it took us 9 hours to smoke those butts.
Was it really that long?
Yeah, but that's because
I thought you said 12.
No, it wasn't 12. Because if it was 12, we wouldn't have been eating until 9 o'clock.
No, I did the ribs the other day at 9.
Yeah,
these I started at 11.
Yeah, so yeah,
I took them off at 6.
Yeah, but
yes, Christy, everyone is hungry now.
But that meter probe is one of the best things ever.
Oh, that's the cat's pajamas.
What's great is
it's awesome.
Not the meter probe and the Traeger that we have are both connected to Doug's phone through an app, so you can monitor the temperature of everything all along the way. It's so easy.
It's just so much fun.
If you're in the market for a pellet grill, we highly recommend the Woodridge Pro.
No, the Woodridge Pro. It's their new line. Pork belly, yes. I do have a technique that I want to do with pork belly.
We saw some pork belly that looked beautiful at Costco on Friday night. So yeah, we will probably grab some pork belly.
So rich that, when you buy it, it's like a vat of it at Costco.
Yeah. So
I don't want to.
Donna, do the brisket and send some our way. Ugh. So good.
What's happening? Everything's happening.
Donna is smoking brisket for the 4th of July at her
vertical. Yes.
Yeah, she has a Pit Boss, I believe.
Yeah.
A Pit Boss vertical. smoker.
Which
So
is
yeah,
amazing too. So yeah, I haven't done brisket yet. That's very intimidating.
yeah. So we definitely now have a wonderful way of making pork butt.
My diabetes just leveled up.
Sorry, Christy.
There's a drug for that, by the way. If you watch Hallmark, there's a bunch of drugs about thrush and a parasitic infection and an impossible death.
We should talk about that some other
time.
time.
And psoriasis.
Yeah,
oh
definitely.
my God. I feel like I'm going to die.
Ben, what's coming up
hate
on
watching
Life with Ben
commercials.
this week?
Well, Popeyes. This episode was actually inspired by Noah. Thank you for watching us this evening, Noah. But he told me that Popeyes just released a new line of chicken wraps at their stores. So I compared the Popeyes chicken wrap to a couple of existing chicken wraps, one at Sonic and one at Burger King. And that'll be happening Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, right here on Pepper Tree Villa.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Richard just right with Chili Willie's barbecue sauce, the sweet heat. It's fantastic.
Right. And then that's the only barbecue sauce I use because I don't even want to bother. You use some of the people that have our expert for it.
And
smoked chuck roast.
Yeah.
That could be another one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole wrap thing is coming back. They went away, I think, right around right before the pandemic, and now it's the new black.
Doug, I have that turkey in the freezer. Maybe we should do the turkey in the Traeger.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing we're going to do. And if it turns out nasty, then we just throw it away. I don't know how to smoke a turkey.
We will find out. We'll figure it out. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
That's another thing on the list.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Sherry will be back with us next week, but she will be still on location with her daughter. And as a matter of fact, Megan might be joining us as well for one of the segments. So I'm looking forward to the possibilities with that. Everyone, thank you so much. I'd like to thank specifically Margie for the super chat of $5. Never expected, but always appreciate. Thank you so much.
Your help does keep the show afloat.
It does.
This is not easy or cheap.
Yeah. It pays for our software. It pays for our mailbox. It pays for assets, various music. It pays for everything that we do to do this show. So thank you so much for your help. We will be back next Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, here on Pepper Tree Villa for another episode of PTV Live.
Enjoy Friday the 13th this week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
It is Friday the 13th.
All right, everyone. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. I'm Arnie.
I'm a Doug.
And I'm Ben.
You've been watching PTV Live tonight. It's now time for your moment of groovy, everyone.
Enjoy.
Good night.
Ciao.